What's good, YouTube? It's Eric Kelly, aka the Tech G. What's going on, Jams? This is Lunch with the Tech. What's up? What's up? Sharing out the stream a little bit. See how many folks we can get in here right quick. This is something new, like I said, that I'm gonna be trying out just to see what's going on. Official Keith IT, what's going on, man? Yeah, man, this is something I want to try just so I can get you guys some more content, and also so we can kind of discuss some discuss some of the tech news that's going on. Also, let me know how the quality in the video and the audio is. Make sure I need to make any adjustments before we get in too deep. See, Jam says, I'm getting the SA Plus. It's coming tomorrow. I'm so happy. Hey, you're gonna be happy with that phone, man. It's a beast. I'm actually using it right now to live stream. Yeah. Yeah, let me know how the audio is. The video, I do what I can, but I'm kind of out in the middle of nowhere, so I don't have many options as far as improving the phone, man. You gotta get the Alcantara. It's a winner. It's a nice combo. It says audio's good, but it's cold outside here, and I don't want to go right now. You see, I got on all the jackets, up north somewhere, but I'm actually down south, man. I feel like right now, unless you out there in California fighting forest fires, if you somewhere in the U.S., it's cold everywhere. What's good, big dog? Couple folks in, and I'm gonna go ahead and band this guys up with just cutting in and out. Yeah, I'm getting just I keep getting the bad quality symbol that they give you on YouTube Live. It keeps going in and out. I'm gonna do what I can though. If it gets too bad, I might have to cut it. This is my first time doing this stream, so this might not be the best place to do it. I'm at work, so like I said, there's nothing really I can do about the quality. Yeah, big dog, Note 8 for the win, man. I'm filming on the SA Plus right now, but my phone of the year right here is the Note 8. Jam says, should I get a screen protector for the SA Plus? Is it even worth it? So I've been putting a couple on my wife's phone. She has an SA Plus as well. I usually do the Skinomi kind of wet apply skins, but if you use a lot of cases, those eventually start kind of peeling up on the sides. Right now, what I got for is I got the Whitestone Dome on her phone right now. That is an excellent screen protector. Tempered glass. It's kind of pricey, but if you get it, I ended up having to try to apply it twice, and I ended up exact location on it. But once it was on, it fitted on perfectly. It's just really with their system. Let me shout out a couple more people that's dropped in. What's going on, Alex? What up, Forbes? What up, Phone Tech? Team 100 in here deep. Yeah, Big Dog says no, they has great reception. From what I've noticed, especially against my iPhone 8 Plus. Yeah, man, I haven't been too disappointed with my Note 8. I just got terrible service at work, especially in the building I work in. It's like a freaking fortress. So, yeah, man, SA Plus. I would do a screen protector. The Whitestone Dome is pretty good. Let's see, Big Dog say he got that screen protector for half price on Amazon. Yeah, man, if you can get a discount on the Whitestone Dome, that's the way to go, I think, personally. I plan on getting one for my Note 8. They just cost so much, man. I might have to go ahead and bite the bullet. Ford says, well, you do work at the Pentagon. No, I don't work at the Pentagon, man. They just it's just bad reception out here. I'm kind of in the middle of nowhere. But yeah, man, I'm gonna go ahead. We're gonna get into some news, some tech news. Hopefully you guys can use. The first thing I want to kind of bring up is the kind of, you know, Apple. The stories about Apple slowing down older phones to help preserve battery life. I worked in IT for a while, and I used to work help desk. And at a certain point, one of the companies I worked for, they actually gave out iPhones as work phones, and that was an issue. Whenever there was an update that came out, there were always bugs. Some of them were, you know, small changes to the OS. Others were legitimate issues that people were having if they had older iPhones. They just tend to slow down. And Apple's been notorious for putting the same version number on OS updates, but really they're not the exact same piece of software. So if you have an older iPhone, if you have one that's kind of at the end of that update cycle, where it's, you know, 3 or 4 years old, even if it gets the update, usually the update has been kind of stripped down a lot just to get it to run on the phone. They might have stripped out some features and functionality, but that, you know, there's no way you can put out one update and design it for the newest hardware and have it run perfectly smooth on 4-year-old hardware. That's just not possible. I think that Apple's kind of sold people a dream with that, but that's just not the reality. And, you know, it's kind of come to light that they've been trying to do some things in the background to keep up, you know, that image as far as battery life and stuff like that. Want to give a shout out to Android Stud. What's going on, man? Team 100 deep in the building, man. I appreciate y'all for coming through. If you got any issues, audio, video, give me some feedback, definitely. And like I said, the topic we were discussing was the iPhone and them slowing phones down. I think if you're an iPhone user, you're just gonna have to upgrade more often, man. If you got a 4-year-old iPhone, I couldn't imagine having the same phone for 4 years, but I'd imagine that, you know, you're definitely out of whatever contract you were in. You've definitely paid off whatever device you were paying off by that time. It's time to upgrade, man. It's kind of been a joke about Android, where if you want the latest version of Android, at a certain point you just have to upgrade hardware, have to buy a new phone. And I think that, you know, iPhones are kind of going to start falling into that same boat, especially as they start making more changes to hardware. It used to be, if you had an iPhone, they all looked the same, all worked the same. There wasn't that much difference. But now, especially with the X coming out, Apple's trying something new with the hardware. And so if you want that new hardware, you got to upgrade, man. And I think they're going to be more aggressive in the future as well with trying new things. So y'all get used to that. Second piece of news. See, Android Stud says he's still on Pixel. Pixel is a dope phone, man. A lot of people are saying it's the phone of the year. Kind of between that and the Note 8. Going back and forth between those two for phone of the year from different publications I read. And I can't really knock it, man, especially what they've done. You know, they innovated this year on the camera. The form factor is, it's standard 2017 affair. You know, the whole Reggie, you in the building. What's going on, man? But yeah, man, the Pixel 2 XL is, you know, form factor wise, there's nothing, you know, there's nothing really ambitious or striking about the hardware. But Google is a software company, and they're really flexing their muscles on the Pixel 2 XL. Software wise, I really can't think of any complaints I've heard anywhere. You know, they kind of had a rough launch. You know, there were some issues that were legitimate issues, and then there was some that were kind of overhyped. You know, I think the blue tint was kind of overhyped. That's a property of all OLED screens, right? So Samsung has just had a lot of years to improve and minimize those issues, along with burn-in. And I think that this is Google's first time using OLED screen, so there's some things they kind of, you know, need to learn, some lessons they need to learn. But as far as just, you know, the resolution is there. They're using the OLED, so you get the, you know, you can do the always on stuff. And also that's going to be better for VR. So I think they took a lot of steps in the right direction. This is just their first batch, so, you know, got a little bit of a learning curve to go there. But as far as the software, man, it's going to be buttery smooth. It's running stock Android with the latest and greatest hardware. And the camera software, man, I've just been blown away with the pictures that people have been able to take. I think now most cameras can take good pictures. They have the ability to, but it's how often and how easy can I get the best picture this phone can take. And I think Google is really dialed that in. You can get the best picture your phone can take very often, and I think that's a big deal. Yeah, Android Stud says got him looking like the Android Super Stud. Yeah, man, it's that selfie camera. I'm telling you, I'm kind of jealous of it, man, because the front-facing camera on the Galaxy devices and the LGs especially, the LGs are rough, man. You're trying to do some selfie stuff with that front camera is rough. Like I say, even the Samsung cameras, man, the front-facing cameras, they overexpose and blow out the background a lot. The dynamic range on those, you know, from the processing you get on the pixels is great. You know, that's the one thing I can't, you know, I'm not biased either way. I have my preferences, but I recognize greatness, man, and that camera is great. You know, that's, you know, you ain't looking at nobody else's pictures and being jealous if you got a Pixel 2 or Pixel 2 XL right now. But yeah, man, that's kind of want to get one, to be honest. But it literally had to fall in my lap. I have no justification for getting it. I got a 6P, which has 8.0. So I got the latest version of Android. I mean 8.1 actually. So I got the latest version of Android. You know, in that world, I'd be buying it almost strictly for the camera at this point, which, you know, there's not that big of a difference. But it's just noticeable in certain scenarios. It says Alan love those selfies. Yeah, man. Hey, make sure if y'all are in the Team 100 community, make sure y'all at Alan with some selfies, man. Flex your selfie muscles. Represent whatever phone you got. Shoot Alan a selfie. Alan's come through. Super chat is wide open. Hit me off with the $2, man. I appreciate that. Says waiting on that video for Team 100. I'm definitely gonna go ahead and get that to you. I know you gotta put in some work on getting that together. I know last time there were some issues with I sent over, so I'm gonna make sure I clean that up for you. Yeah, super chat is wide open, man. Let me see. So other news, man, and you know, another phone I use is the SA Plus. It's not that big of a thing. It has their beta program going for the SA test out of it coming through for the Note, which is kind of, like I said, once I get it, there'll probably be, you know, a couple minute changes, but for the most part, functionality and features aren't tied to OS updates anymore, so that's not going to be that big of a deal. But I just like to have it, you know, tech head. I like having, you know, I like getting updates. I like waking up and being able to see, you know, being able to see an update. See, Big Dog says I sold my Pixel and bought the Note 8. Pixels and all that, but that's my opinion. Yeah, like I said, the reason why I can't justify getting the Pixel, I know the camera is, you know, the camera's cool, but that'd be the only reason I'd get one. And I'm not doing that much with the camera. I'm shooting videos, which video, especially in 4K from the SA Plus and the Note 8, is great, you know, especially in low light. You know, they got great cameras. So there's really no reason to get it. I literally would probably just sit around, because I'm not using stock Android on a daily basis. That's not happening. I can't go backwards. All right, there are just too many features in Samsung's version of Android that I use on a daily basis. Right, I just can't. I can't do that. I can't go back to that bare bones life, man. So Phone Tech at work is saying, save your selfies, everyone. He's joking. Don't listen to him. He needs those selfies. Team 100 community, hit him up. Make sure y'all get those selfies to him. It makes Alan's day. All right. See, go on to some other tech news right quick, man. Sean, what's good, man? Appreciate you for stopping through. Big Dog says he buys phones for the cameras and nothing else. Hey, man, that's at this point, man, if you got an option between buying a dedicated camera and a phone with a great camera, it's hard to pass up on the phone. It's just so much functionality in it. You don't have to carry a separate device. You get the ability, and really, to do what most people do with pictures now, which is sharing to some form of social media or uploading to the web. You know, you got a separate camera. Unless you're spending some money, man, most of them not really, you know, not gonna have Wi-Fi capabilities or things like that. So you still be stuck plugging into your computer just to take those pictures and upload them to Facebook or Instagram, so they can crush the crap out your pictures as far as the quality and stuff. So at this point, it's really difficult to justify a dedicated camera unless you got a channel, you know, on YouTube or something like that, where that quality will make a big difference. See, Forbes says these Bose headphones really cancel out my kids. Hey, man, the Bose are pretty good. They're second, but they're pretty good though. You know, I'm partial to the Sonys. See, Big Dog says you're right. No need for a DSLR or SLR anymore. Yeah, it's hard to justify one of those, man, especially once you start looking at the money. I mean, a couple lenses will cost you a cell phone, man. Forbes says Big Dog needs the Honor 7X. Yeah, man. Forbes out here representing for that mid-tier. Is that even mid? That's budget, man. That phone's like $200. Representing for the budget crowd. We were having a discussion earlier, man, talking about just the advances that cell phone cameras have made. And, you know, I think that seeing them surpass SLRs, or at least match them with significantly less cost and less accessories. Because you think about an SLR or a DSLR, you got all these lens kits, which you need to be able to take all these different shots. And I think if you put a couple of fixed lenses on a cell phone, along with software processing, you'll be able to achieve a lot of the same results you'll get with the DSLR. Over time, the software processing is getting more intelligent, it's getting better, and eventually you'll start getting that clarity once we upgrade the lenses on these cell phones, and it'll be comparable to a DSLR, just as clear. You know, the dynamic range is really killing it right now. This year was kind of the shallow depth of field year. Everybody's kind of got that feature. Some call it live focus, some call it I forget what Apple calls it, but basically where you take a portrait, they call it portrait mode. So you take a portrait of somebody, a picture of them, you get that real nice blurred background, and you get your subject where it's kind of popping out of the background, a lot of separation. That's kind of been the highlight of this year. So you take that feature, improve upon it next year, add some other feature, and you know, you're on your way to really replacing DSLRs as far as what you use them for. So that's a feature that you normally have to upgrade to a DSLR for. Let's see. Oh, shout out to JQ. What's going on, man? I don't have no name for you, man. The Apple Knight. JQ is definitely my go-to guy when it comes to mess with somebody about Apple products, man. I got Forbes out here shouting out the HTC U11. You said you need that U11 for the best cameras. If that helps you sleep at night, Forbes, I'm gonna let you believe that, man. But I haven't seen anywhere. I haven't touched the U11. I haven't seen one in person. Mostly because you can't buy the phone anywhere. You gotta order it sight unseen. And I'm just not doing that. Looks like a cool phone, but that's about it, man. See, Forbes says no, they does take the best low light photos. You can't argue with that one. Yeah, man, I was blown away, man. I was recording my daughter's recital. She had a dance recital here recently, and man, I had my V20. This is usually my setup, right? I had my V20 with a tripod, and I had the V20 in manual mode trying to record the videos. I'm adjusting the ISO and the exposure and all that stuff, and it just wasn't cutting it. And just for fun, I pulled out my Note 8 in auto mode. I pulled the Note 8 out, started shooting video, and it adjusted for everything. It's, you know, low light, it's a recital, so they're lit up on the stage with a spotlight, and we're in the audience and it's dark. And I mean, it did an amazing job with no manual adjustments or anything like that. The Note 8 in auto got me better video than I could get in manual mode on the V20. I was blown away. So that's, you know, that's my story as far as my experience with low light, man. It's the truth. They've really been working it out. JQ says the best Pixel would beg to differ, but okay. The Pixel, I don't know about video, man. I know pictures, you know, the Pixel is crushing everybody. When you put the Pixel pictures next to Note 8 pictures and iPhone pictures, I was showing them to a friend of mine, and he has a Note 8. Right, he had the original Pixel, and he saw me with my Note 8, played around with it, and he ended up going to get one. But somebody was doing a blind comparison, and I showed it to him. There's a picture from the iPhone X, picture from the Note 8, and a picture from the Pixel 2 XL. And he was blown away by the picture from the Pixel 2 XL. He didn't even know what phone it was. Like, I was swiping through the pictures, looked at the Note 8 picture, okay, looked at the iPhone X picture, and the Pixel 2 picture looked like a totally different picture. Like, he had to go back and look to make sure it was the same picture in the same setting, just because the dynamic range brought so much more to that picture from the Pixel 2 XL. It was impressive, man. See, oh yeah, we got a U11 battle going on for us and Big Dog. U11. Yeah, man, so the U11 Plus should have been the only phone we saw from HTC for the second quarter. They're going to come out with a phone that's supposed to do battle with everybody, all the heavy hitters. U11 Plus. What's this U11 stuff, man? They just wasting money. They don't have that much money to begin with. They got a little stimulus package from Google. They had to sell off a couple of engineers, so they got some more life pumped into their phone division. But for the most part, man, they don't make 2 phones a year and make them the best phones you can afford to make. You know, all this, the U11. Once the U11 Plus was on the books, once they decided they were going to do it, they should have just waited. Should have just waited and made the U11 Plus, because they aren't selling the U11 anywhere. There's not in any carrier stores. They're just online. Unless you're HTC fanboy or tech reviewer, nobody's checking for them phones like that. You can't even see one until you order it. So I think that's you know, I think that's gonna be their kryptonite if they don't get the phones back in carrier stores. Yeah, JQ says I give the pictures to the Pixel. Gotta concede on that one. Video is subjective, you're right. Yeah, man. I think everybody has something that they're great at, and that's kind of why I don't really give the U11 any attention. It's not the best at anything. It's just very good at everything. It's not the best, right? So if you want low light, the Note 8 is gonna kill in low light. You want nice dynamic range, you want nice pictures, you want the best pictures, that's gonna be a Pixel. Video is, it depends, man. The 4K 60 from the iPhone X is kind of unmatched right now. I think that unless you just don't prefer the look of 60 FPS video, that would be the only knock against the iPhone X being the best video camera. But I think if you're doing 4K 30, I think the Note 8 might have it as far as video goes. Man, time flies. You're having fun. Streams were going on for 25 minutes. So it's like a little lunch break, man. Definitely give me some feedback if y'all think this is something y'all want to see kind of on a daily basis. Just discussing tech with you guys and throwing out some stuff that's in the news that you may or may not know about regarding tech. And, you know, just getting a chance to kick it with you guys, man. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Oh, I want to shout out KB for stopping through. Appreciate that. I'm gonna read this comment from Jess right quick. Jess says, I'm a 15-year BlackBerry vet, so the Note 8 for business is a beast. I just dropped the passport for the Note 8, so the pictures are great for sure. Great for me since Excel, Word, and PowerPoint is my interest. Yeah, man. The Note 8, if you're trying to get things done, the Note 8 is the way to go, personally for me. Unless you're gonna go to a tablet or a laptop. If you're on the phone and you need to get just some tasks done, it's hard to beat the Note 8. The big screen, the multitasking, the stylus, it's just a little bit more efficient, man. But yeah, man, till next time, I got all my social media down in the description. Like I said, definitely leave me some feedback as far as maybe topics you'd like me to discuss or the time of day. You know, I popped this off at, I think, around close to 12:30 Central Time. You know, this is something that's going to allow me to interact with you guys more in a more relaxed setting, and also kind of where we can talk and discuss and go back and forth. But until next time, guys, I'm gonna holler at y'all later. Peace.